to the live stream, everyone. This is a completely new setup for me. And it's just working out how to do it. Sorry, I'm a little bit late. Feels good though. Feels like a normal YouTube video. Though I've got myself my phone here. So I just need to check, and I'm just literally just going to go in and have a look whether I'm live. Let me know how it sounds. And everything like that. Hopefully it's good. Yeah, not able to connect on there, but so my idea here, I can still see comments back there if this doesn't work. I've got a microphone clipped on me. It's a wireless mic, so I'm also wondering like, oh, this might be interesting. And I had a moment there when I was like, my hair was brushing against, you might be able to see it, it's like here, was brushing against the microphone, and I could see that, oh, it's causing lots of sound, so problems. So yeah, just let me know you can hear it okay, and we'll get started, we'll get going. And let me see here. While I try to log into this, oh, it looks like I might have some reception. Okay, so this is a slightly different setup we've got going on here, but you can kind of see my whole room, and this is all kind of just an experiment, and we can kind of, as I haven't got my headphones on yet, and you can basically see my setup as I'm setting it up. That's my whole sort of idea, and of course I'll be playing songs and answering questions and this sort of stuff. And I'm logged on now. Okay, so this is pretty cool. So now I can literally just go on to my live and see it. Obviously there's a delay there. All right, looking good. Oh, it's very colorful, it's very bright. Didn't expect that. Maybe I should tone it down a little bit on the old, the color there. Popping a bit too much. Okay, we got Jidge, we got Jasper. Hey Jasper, how's it going? From Florence. Peter, how's it going, Peter? Sounds fine. Okay. Perhaps a bit louder. Okay, I'll have a look at that, and you should be able to still hear me when I move around. So I can basically come here to my desk, and obviously you're seeing my back at the moment, but oh, hold on, you can see that. So we got now you can see my door, and you can see what's going on, and you can also see my pedal board as well. I got some lovely pedals on the go. There's me there. Okay. I'll do it a touch louder, but I don't want to clip or anything like that. And this is just whilst I get the other microphone set up, you know. Basically, that's what it is. But first, I'm going to focus on the pedals and the pickups and the preamps. And kind of talk about things and set things up, and then basically we'll get going. So I'll put my headphones on here. I won't set anything yet. What we'll do is we'll go to this one. I might actually just tone down that everything's very yellow. So I might just tone down that LUT I got there a little bit. Yeah. Okay, that looks a bit better. I'll still apply a little bit. All right, here we go. So I'll grab my guitar. Jasper says, do I keep my room around 50% humidity? I try. 50 is good. Yeah, it's kind of like the goal, you know. In the summer it's so hard. I don't succeed because it's a basement, you know. And it's quite hard to it's quite hard to keep it under 50 sometimes, you know. I've got a dehumidifier that I use when I have to. All right, let's have a look at some of these pedals. Here we go. What have we got going on? Oh, hold on. I just need to unmute it on the interface. All right, and I'll just take you with me and basically show you what I'm doing as I'm doing it. So this you can see here, that's my microphone that you can hear right now. And then I'm basically going to select number 3, input 3. That should be my bridge pickup. Yeah. Okay. And I'm going to select. That's actually both of them right now. I'm not going to touch anything now. I'm just going to focus on that and kind of tell you what I've got going on. Yeah, let's go back to this one. Bum, bum, bum. I'm going to apply. I keep changing it's like sometimes it looks. So it's me fiddling around. I'll be doing a lot of fiddling today, a lot more than usual. Just because it's a whole new setup. So this is basically the bridge pickup, which is a K&K Pure Mini. If you don't know, the regulars will know that. And then I'm using the magnetic pickup, which is a Fishman Black Stack. And this is both of the pickups actually blended together. And I can, what I can do, yeah, I'll probably put like the pedal board on up here as an image so you can kind of see what's going on as I'm doing it. I think that will be better. As usual, everyone, keep the questions coming. Don't mind me just moving around. I feel very free being able to move around, and I got this microphone, and obviously you can hear me pretty well, hopefully. And I can put, there we go. That's a little small though. Let's make that a bit bigger. There we go. Is that all right? Can you see that? Kind of see what's going on there. Okay, don't think the volume needs to go up. Okay, just the mic a bit closer to your mouth. Yeah, I might try that. Maybe it needs to come up a bit here. What happened was earlier was I had it here and it was like it was moving down. So maybe I need to do that a little bit. It is very sophisticated, absolutely, Jidge. But with sophistication comes problems, you know. Every time when you make something more complicated, you always get problems, you know. Whether it's like cameras or whether it's pedals or whatever, you know. With complications come problems. Anything live or anything like this, or it doesn't even have to be live, you know, you always get counter problems. So anyway, yeah, I can basically show you what's going on. So I'm going into I got the 2 preamps, the K and K sound, and the tone bone there that you can see. Hopefully you can see them. Going into them first, and then I'm going into the 2 EQs, the Empress Para EQs. Now I haven't really EQ'd this properly because I didn't have time. I don't know if I'll dive into that on this session because I don't want to be crouching down and stuff like this, but this just kind of gives you an idea, basically, of my setup and how I've got things. And then, I don't know if you can see right at the back, I've got, actually using it's like a mini mixer. It's actually a Behringer. It's like one of their cheap ones. I mean, it's Behringer, you know, it's cheap. And it's literally just blending the 2 pickups together into one mono signal, basically, so they can be further processed. So that's basically that. And you know, I try to aim with these pickups. Let me. Oh no, actually, you know what? This is just the K and K. This is just the K and K bridge pickup. It's like a contact pickup, piezo style. You know, and I like these bridge pickups because they pick up a lot of the resonance, you know, of the soundboard. So I quite like that, but they can sound fairly muddy, and they don't have a whole load of clarity, you know. Hey Dad, my dad's on the live stream. You know, so then I'll mute that, and then I'll play the. This is the Black Stack, the magnetic pickup. Might give it a little bit more volume. It's actually going into the K and K pure preamp. So it's a little bit backwards that the K and K pickup is going into the radial preamp, and the Black Stack is going into the K and K preamp, but it's just what I decided at this particular setup. You know. So the magnetic pickups in general have I'd say more clarity. You know, they're really just focusing on the strings. I think there is a little bit of the board coming through, the soundboard, the top, because it's attached to it, you know, in terms of the vibration, but nothing compared to the bridge pickup, you know. So there's that one, and that's going into the hypergravity. It's just the magnetic pickup is going into the hypergravity. What's it called? Jidge, help me on this. Jidge actually kindly gave this to me as a little present, which was very nice of him. I appreciate that. I'm still learning about it. I think it's going to be a while since for me to play around with it, because it is so subtle. Compression, that's it. Compression. It's so subtle that I think that yeah, that I would need a bit more time just playing with it. You know. There's no microphone just yet, because I'm going to set up the mic. That's the whole idea. So that's what I wanted to do. So I wanted to kind of go through and set up the mic with everyone. So that's why I need this sort of this wireless mic. Yes, thank you. You said compressor. Thank you very much. Yeah. So that's what you're hearing now is the black stack, is the magnetic pickup. Okay, now let's hear both of them together. So I'll just unmute both of them. And that's both of them. So you can hear like the clarity of the magnetic, and then the kind of the resonance of the bridge pickup. And there's no microphone yet. There's not even a microphone. Okay, so there's those two. And then both of them are going into the, I don't know if you can see it there. It's a Fishman AFX acoustic verb, and it's a reverb that sounds very natural. You know, it's really. It's made for acoustics, and I really like it. So that's that one. I'm gonna need to take a sip of water, which I've just put over here. See, I'm still working things out. I should have a table here with stuff. Ideally, that's what I'd have, but so you can see. I was just thinking, you can see actually now, like when I stand up, how that this is a basement, that my head is almost touching the ceiling. But you know, still working out this setup. What I'll do a bigger, not this one. This one here, look, this is maybe give you a bigger image of the pedal board. Hopefully that hasn't affected the other other scene. We'll see. All right, so now I'll just kind of explain it as you can see it now, because I redid this completely the other day, and so I've basically got I've doubled up the signal, and I realized I was able to double. So usually I'd double up the signal by going out of the tuner or something like this. Usually on like preamps and other things, you can find a way to like double up some pedals preamps as well, double up the signal. But I realized I can do that with my volume pedal, and I just kind of want to show you this a little bit, and I'll share my screen now and I'll show you what I'm doing here. And I have another. So I got four inputs really. going on. The input number 1 will be my microphone when I set it up. Input number 2 is this microphone. So I'll mute that one once I get the other microphone up. Number 3 is the guitar. And then number 4 is actually, it's just these effects. So if you know some of my videos, you'll know that I like to use the volume pedal to bring in more effects and almost have it like an expression pedal. So I'll show you that now, and I'll show you how I do that. We've still got the pedal board there. So now this should work. Hopefully, I got it on. Yeah, we will see. So I can basically now bring in as much effects. I mean, that's very extreme, you know. I've got a volume pedal here. You can't see it. I can go from there, the normal reverb, and I can sort of introduce basically more ambience, more reverb, whatever effect I want. Which is pretty cool for being able to do that just whenever I want. And something that I realized is the volume pedal here, it's a powered, it's a active volume pedal, so it requires power. It's a Layla mono volume pedal. I've done a video on this in the past. It has a direct out, and I didn't think to use that before like this, in this way. But I'm with the direct out, basically the direct out you're hearing now, that's the direct out, is it's unaffected by the volume. But then when I bring in the volume, everything that is going out of the volume out, so it's a different cable, it's a different output, which is the volume out. It's going through all these effects basically. So this is a really kind of simple way to double up the signal, you know. I've been talking for a while. I'll look at some of the comments. Cool basement for music, thanks, yeah. You built a shed. A lot of people build sheds, you know. Some people go extreme, you know, and build these massive, very elaborate sheds for their studios. If I had a garden, that's probably, I would consider that, you know. Because a good thing about a shed is, or an outbuilding or something like this, is it's separate from the other building, you know. Okay, all right, now I'm gonna set up the mic. So, here we go. I need a mic stand. And as always, you know, feel free to ask questions. I can look here at your questions and stuff like this. And I thought I might try today I might try a ribbon mic and see how that goes, because I do like ribbon mics. All right, let's try this. One thing I do need to get is better mic stands, because I've just got the cheap ones, and they're fine, you know, until you put a really expensive mic on it and it just kind of does this, you know. It's one day I'll just invest a lot of money into just some really nice mic stands. All right. See, I've got to be wary of the visual aspect of this as well, I guess. You know what I might do? Sometimes I do this, especially if I just have a one mic setup. I just take the head off completely. And I just put the mic on that. You know, if I feel like, I don't need the boom really that much, you know. Hopefully you'll still see me. Maybe I should have done the camera at a different angle. I don't know. We'll see. We'll try it. We'll give it a go. All right. I'm actually going to take my headphones off for this. Just a sec. Because I don't need to have my headphones on for what I'm doing. Now I'm going to use a very, very nice ribbon microphone today. And I need a special, this has a special holder, basically. I'm going to try this, see how this goes. Maybe I could put it off to the side a little bit, you know. Something like this. Four by 40. Oh, 4 by 4, yeah. Thanks, Peter. Yeah, the MCM 114 I still have. I still get to play with it a little bit. So no, I'm not going to use it today because I just want to do something kind of a bit simpler. And this is a mic that has a really nice sound, and I'm going to kind of put it like this a little bit and And hopefully you can still kind of see me. I mean, this is I think one of the things about doing a live stream, just streaming one of my recording sessions, because this is my idea. I'm just doing a normal recording session, but I'm live streaming it. Is that it might not visually be the most interesting. I think it's okay, you know, as long as it's not blocking my face. And we'll see whether I need, because I want it to be, it doesn't need to be too close, you know, because ribbon microphones, this is an extinct audio bourbon, by the way. Did a video on this as well. Yeah, they're really sensitive to any air, basically, ribbon microphones. So I might need to put a pop shield on, but it might be far away enough that I don't have to do that. We'll see. And what I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to use something called a FET head, and that's well, this just to make. It's basically a preamp that you connect to this to ribbon microphones and to dynamic microphones that basically give it a little bit of a boost, a lot of a boost sometimes. And you make sure that it's the phantom power doesn't get to the ribbon mic. Just show you what I'm doing here, show you my screen. I'm basically just connecting that little preamp basically to my interface. Or the interface that I'm using. As again, it's a Neumann MT48. It's a really high-end interface, but it's you know, obviously this will work with any interface. And you just need phantom power. It basically takes the phantom power and stops it getting to the ribbon mic. So I can now, I will attach the mic. I mean, maybe in the future of doing these, I'll be a little bit quicker on setting up the mic, because I haven't actually played a song yet. I'll play a song soon. Okay. Here we go. And now I can just connect. Go to the screen again. I'll turn on the phantom power, because the phantom power is not going to get to the ribbon mic, because I have that FET head, Triton Audio FET head installed. So now when I turn this on, I'll turn down the gain. Should be able to hear something. Yeah. And that's so this is the ribbon microphone. So obviously you can see already it's picking up my voice. What I might do is turn off this microphone now. Okay, I can turn the pedal board off as well. And now I can just have a listen. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. And with this, it's with any of this, it's just a good idea just to sing a song that you know really well. I do Nobody's Fault But Mine for a bit. Nobody's fault but mine. Nobody's fault but mine. If I don't read, my soul be lost. And I have a Bible in my home. So I need to give it a little bit more gain. Have a look at some of the questions. But hi Fabian, do these pedals work with Taylor electric acoustic? Yeah, absolutely. Like any of these pedals will work with any pickup, you know. Hold on one sec. Give it a little bit more gain. I might give it some. Show you what I'm doing. I might give it some. I'll just turn my mic back on so you can hear me exactly. Now I'll give it a bit of reverb. I've got this reverb plugin that I use, and to be honest, with any kind of reverb, it doesn't matter what it is. I always just, I don't know if you can see that on the screen. I turn down, there you go, here. I turn down the highs basically. And it says high cut, so it's basically, yeah, cutting anything above that, I think. That's what it's doing. That's the way I see it anyway. And so that is a little bit of reverb, but I probably won't print the reverb, you know. With any of this, it's not, I can always take the reverb off, you know. And actually, you know what, I'm just gonna not do it with reverb, because I realize that I'm actually hearing directly from the interface. I'm not hearing from the door, because there would be a little bit of a delay with the door. So I'm monitoring directly from my interface. So there's no delay at all. It's like milliseconds, you know, it's not really noticeable. Otherwise, I would notice a slight delay if I was monitoring directly from the door, which I don't want, you know. So I'm going to leave off the reverb for now. All right. Here we go. Let's try this. I'm just going to bring up the... I'm going to need my... Whoa. Oh, I realise I've left the other mic on. See, this is like complications, you know. I'm going to... Oh no, I can just do that directly on here and just cut that out. Yeah. What I need is like some kind of thing that I need someone else basically with this. I'm realizing things are getting way too complicated. I need someone else just controlling every this. Okay, camera 1, camera 2. He's moving over here, camera 3, you know. That's when I need a full-time. I need to employ someone. I just. Oh dear. Okay. I've been trying to do this song lately, and I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try and record it, I think. It's John the Revelator. I first heard Sunhouse's version of this. That's how I know it, at least. And I don't think he wrote it. Did he write it? Anyone know? I think it's like a traditional gospel kind of song, you know. Guitar is overpowering vocal, yeah. I'll try it now. Maybe it's different. And tell me who's that writer? John the Revelator. Tell me who's that writer? John the Revelator. Who's that writer? John the Revelator wrote the book of the 7 seas. Could almost give it a little bit more gain on the mic, I think, because, you know, with all of this, it depends. It depends on the song, you know, and I don't know, I think the mic is still picking up quite a bit of guitar. If I mute the pickups, that might be interesting to find out. See, the microphone is still picking up quite a bit, you know. It's actually clipping. Woo! Okay. So the mic was actually clipping. So I think I'm giving a little bit too much gain to the mic. And potentially the pickup is a little bit too loud, I reckon. So I'm gonna show you what I'm doing. Always forget to do that. I'm gonna turn down the pickup. Yeah. Okay. That should be all right. Let's try that again. Okay. This is just the mic. This is just the mic. And tell me who's that writer in the Revelator. Tell me who's that writer. John the Revelator. Who's that writer? John the Revelator wrote the book of the 7 seas. I don't think it's too bad. I think I quite like the location. I don't think it needs to come closer to the guitar. See, this is what I always think about when I'm setting up. Like, in what position does it need to be in terms of the vocals and the guitar? And one thing I like to do is actually, I have a footstool. So you see, like, my knee is up quite high. I like to do that because well, it's easier for me to play if I have the guitar up high, and secondly is like the guitar is physically closer to the mic, you know, so it's picking up a lot of the guitar, you know, which is what I wanted. Yeah, it's originally, I'm pretty sure it's originally a gospel song. All right, let's try this with the pickups.
tell me who's that rider? John the Revelator, tell me who's that rider? John the Revelator, who's that rider? John the Revelator wrote the book of the seven seas. God out at the cool of the day, called Adam by his name, that he refused to answer, 'cause he was naked and ashamed. Tell me who's that rider? John the Revelator, tell me who's that rider? John the Revelator, who's that rider? John the Revelator wrote the book of the seven seas. Got caught out in the cool of the day, called Adam by his name, that he refused to answer, 'cause he was naked and ashamed. Tell me who's that rider? John the Revelator, tell me who's that rider? John the Revelator, who's that rider? John the Revelator wrote the book of the seven seas.
I got carried away. That wasn't actually supposed to be a proper take of that song. I'm quite happy with that sound. Let me do it one more time, okay? Because you know what sometimes is annoying is actually the cable, because I've got an extra long cable. The headphone cable sometimes comes down. And that is sometimes quite annoying. That happened to anyone else? All right, let me do it one more time. Sorry. So this is slightly different to the other sessions. This is literally just like a recording session, and you know what? It did clip as well. I thought it clipped. I'm gonna have to turn down the microphone again. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go for a take. I just need to make sure I remember the lyrics. Let me just turn this on so you can hear me properly. So one thing about these sessions, basically, once I'm happy with the sound, then I can start doing a lot more songs, you know. Bear with me, everyone, but you know, I thought it would be quite interesting to see my process and how I do it and stuff. Obviously, I don't want things to kind of clip on that. So I want to make sure that is not going to happen. And also one thing with these with these sessions is, you know, I might actually end up releasing some of these songs that I do in these live streams, which is pretty cool, you know, like actually official releases. And you can say, look, I was part of that. I saw him record it. Okay, I'm going to give it a go and see how this is. Hopefully it's not going to, yeah, it's not going to clip at all or anything like that. All right, here we go. Yeah. One thing I did forget. If you know me, you'll know that I am not good at remembering lyrics. So I just need to look up the lyrics one more time. Okay. All right, I got it. Here we go. All right, I'm going to press record. Recording. I'm going to turn off that mic that I have on me. And one thing that I've done is, so the kind of the signal with all the effects on is going through a completely different signal path. So then I can adjust it later on, you know. So if I feel like, oh, I did it a bit too much in the moment, I can always kind of hold it back and adjust it when I'm editing. This is pretty cool. All right, let's try this.
Tell me who's that rider, John the Revelator. Tell me who's that rider, John the Revelator. Who's that rider? John the Revelator wrote the book called the Seven Seas. Out at the cool of the day, called Adam by his name. He refused to answer, 'cause he was naked and ashamed. Tell me who's that rider, John the Revelator. Tell me who's that rider, John the Revelator. Who's that rider? John the Revelator wrote the book called the Seven Seas. Christ had 12 apostles, 3 he led astray. He said, watch me with 1 hour, till I go yonder and pray. Tell me who's that rider, John the Revelator. Tell me who's that rider, John the Revelator. Who's that rider? John the Revelator wrote the book called the Seven Seas. Tell me who tell me who's that right? John the Revelator, who's that right? John the Revelator wrote the book of the seven seals. Tell me who's that right? John the Revelator, tell me who's that right? John the Revelator, who's that right? John the Revelator wrote the book of the seven seals.
That was John the Revelator. And it's, yeah, I need to make sure that this is not going to clip this one. And maybe, you know what, I might need to turn down the pickup again slightly. There we go. So this is what I'm doing. So I recorded that. Okay. All right. So another thing I do is I just check to make sure I didn't clip. Yeah, it was fine. And you see, like, this is the pickup. I should name them really. Normally I do. So like mic, and then I can do like pickup. I think the pickup is just too loud. I'll just do this so you can hear me a bit better. Pickup is a bit too loud, you know, which of course I can adjust later on, you know, but I don't know, I like to get the levels right in as I'm doing it, you know, because a lot of this is to do, like I talk about a lot, it's to do with the performance with these recordings, because, you know, I pretty much won't edit this in terms of like cuts and stuff like that, you know, it will just be as it is. And a lot of these, you know, I'll leave in the mistakes. That it does have mistakes in there. I've made a big one at the start. And normally I would probably do a few more takes of this, but what I'm going to do, I'm just going to move on. I'm going to do another song. Because it usually takes me a few songs to get in the vibe anyway. Okay. Let me do another song. Do a song I know very well. I wanted to turn down that. I'll turn down that pickup a little bit. All right, it's a bit better, because I really don't need much pickup in there, you know. All right. Anyway, let's do another song. I'm just going to record it here, like this. Boom. So we have. I'm going to stop recording. Sorry. I should name them. This last one is actually the effects. Let me put effects. FX. Effects. This is like those pedals, which I didn't really. I didn't really say what they were. We've got it's basically these ones at the very front. It's the Echo 1, which is a delay, and then I've got the Blue Sky, and you see there I've got the Hoff Mini, which is this one here. The Hoff Mini, then going into the delay, that's a reverb, going into delay, going into another reverb, and that just gives a very big sound. You know, when you have a delay, then going into reverb, and then another delay, it's like stacking these on top of each other. You know, that's kind of what I wanted a little bit, and so I can then bring it bring it in and out whenever I want, you know. Anyway, let's do another song. Dun, dun, okay. I'll do that. I'll mute this other mic so I don't. There we go. Okay. Sounds a bit better. Yep, just making sure I've got all the... I'll just do one that I know really well. This is called Mad Eric. And I think sometimes it's just important just to get into the vibe, you know, with things, and yeah, just get into the emotion that you're trying to portray in the song, you know, to the audience, to the listener. That's ultimately, that's all I ever want to do. It's called Mad Eric.
Call him Mad Eric, he talks to himself with a crutch at his left hand, he walks with its help. He got no money, can't afford nothing else. Drinks all day, falls over himself, and searching round these streets he roams, and people's falling change. It's cold outside, need a home. It's pouring down with rain. Eric don't have no home, no money, no job, nowhere to go. No, I'm not sanity, and this ain't funny, cause half of it you don't know. Yeah, they call him Mad Eric when his kids walk by. Curses, shouts, and fists the sky. Crazy old man, they call him, but why? Crazy old man, they say. Go, Eric, go. Play that blues, you know. You find it hard to cope. You're hungry, cold, tired, and broke. Every day's the same, just gets worse. Ain't got no one on this earth. Go, Eric, go. Play that blues, you know. 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 Call him Mad Eric, he talks to himself with a crutch and his left hand, he walks with its helm. Ain't got no money, can't afford nothing else. Drinks all day, falls over himself. Searching around these streets he roams, and people's fallen change. It's cold outside, I need a home, and it's pouring down with rain. Harry don't have no home, no money, no job, nowhere to go, no woman, no sanity. And this ain't funny, cause half of it you don't know. Yeah, they call him Mad Eric when his kids walk by, curses, shouts and fists the sky. Crazy old man they call him, but why? Crazy old man they say. Go, Eric, go, play that blues, you know. You find it hard to cope. You're hungry, cold, tired and broke. Every day is the same, just gets worse. Ain't got no one on this earth. Go, Eric, go, play that blues, you know. 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 Play that blues, you know.
Mad Eric. All right, hold on. I need to turn off the record button. Oh. I got excited there a little bit. Clipped a little bit there towards the end, but that's to be expected on on Mad Eric. Okay, yeah, it's pretty cool. I've got a few recordings now, so this is basically my whole idea. Oh, I just did a big clap there by accident. My whole idea with these sessions is to basically do recordings and just bring you along with these recording sessions, because I do this anyway, and I just think like I might as well. I did a big clap there again. What am I doing? I might as well just live stream it. That's my whole thing, and it's quite exciting for me. Rather than making it just a performance, it's sort of like I want to make it a performance, and it's people are learning at the same time, and sort of looking into my my process, with all of this. All right, I haven't looked at the comments for a while. Let me have a look if there's any questions. With all of these, just if you have any questions with any of this, just let me know. All right. I'm just going to hit record, and then I'm going to look at the questions, and then we're just going to get straight into another song, I think. First, I'm going to grab the water. All right, I'm gonna have a look at some of your comments. Nice. What's the door? It's Reaper. It's Reaper. I quite like it. Also, Reaper is a little bit cheaper. It's like for a license, you can buy a license for like 60 euros, you know. And it's, to be honest, with what I do, it's so basic, you know, that I don't need anything too complicated, you know. I do use a few plugins here and there, but you know, I'm not doing any like digital MIDI instruments or anything like this. I'm recording like all in one take, you know, recording sessions. It doesn't need to be anything too crazy. By the way, I got a new, I've been getting a few new things recently. One of them is this little tuner. I do like tuners. Let me know in the comments if you're a fan of, hold on. Hold on. I just realized, like, I got the wrong camera. Sorry, everyone. That's better. Okay. I was talking to you. You were listening to my back and still looking at the door there. All right. Back to it. I got this new tuner, and it's like I quite like these clip-on tuners, but I don't like them to be very big. I like them to be super small, and it's probably, you can't even see it there. But it's a D'Addario. I don't know what the what the model number is, but it's like, they call it a micro tuner. And it's like, it's super small that you can just clip it on the back of your headstock and then just kind of leave it there. So that's what I wanted. It's like something that you can just kind of leave there. And it goes in the case. And, you know, even if I'm doing a video, you can hardly notice it, you know. It's just like a little clip, you know what I mean? Which you can adjust at the back. It's pretty cool, and it's pretty accurate as well. Very quick, very quick. It's even smaller than that Snark one I had, the Snark Air. Okay. Hey Paul, how's it going? Guitar tuning. It's Dadgad, of course. That's my go-to tuning. Dadgad is like my standard tuning. And if you're not signed up to the Song Club, by the way, links in the description down below. Sign up, it's free. And I did a little, like a very small mini course thing there for free that's on Dadgad and on how I use Dadgad, you know. I just see your message now, Jidge. Can't see you. All right. I'm going to play another one that I really like. It's called The River. And this one I like to introduce a few like effects and stuff. I haven't really touched the effects. One thing that I always struggle with, and let me know if you relate, is like when you do a recording and you want to use your pedals at the same time. Does anyone do this? You want to use your pedals and your pickup, obviously, but you want to record with a microphone as well. And if you want to use your pedals and obviously turn them on and off, then the microphone's going to pick it up, you know. Even if you have these, like, you can get these silent ones, like silent ones, you know. Even they are a little bit, you can still hear them, you know. I'm just pausing a little bit because my phone has lost connection. It's back. Okay. Like this, you know, this is the. Even though my pedal board, I mean, I don't know if you can hear that or not. Even though my pedal board is quite far away, you can still hear that, you know. And there's like things you can do with like your foot. If you've got like a sock on, you can kind of dampen it. But then I don't want to be doing that all the time. So this is another thing. What's good about this this volume pedal is that I can basically just select the effects that I want in that song. Okay, I can't sort of switch things up during a song. But I don't usually do that anyway. And then I can just bring things in and out with the volume pedal. And one thing I realized as well, because I used to have the volume pedal at the end of the effects, so then you would hear the guitar would go through all the effects, but then the volume pedal would basically bring that in and out. In terms of like how to describe it, it would the guitar would still be going through the effects and the sound would still be created, but then it's like a gate, you know, I guess at the end, you know, opening and closing and letting it through or not, you know, at the end. So you can imagine like water, you know. I'm just trying to think of a good analogy or metaphor for this. It's like when you have a lock, you know. This next song is about me used to living on a boat, so maybe it's quite fitting. If you have a lock, right, or and it has water in, and then and the water is the sound, the effects, the sound going through the effects. If you have the locks themselves, that's the volume pedal. So if you have a volume pedal at the end, you know, the water, the effects is gonna already be generated. And then it's just going to kind of let it out or not. But then having the volume pedal at the start, it has a very kind of different sound to it because it's very instant. It's not as, it's not as instant, sorry. Because as I bring the volume pedal in, the effect is only just being created, you know. But then it lasts a lot longer because I can't turn it off, you know. So there's some control there, but there's at the same time there's not, you know, depending on what effects I have, you know. So then right then I just let it in and then I shut it, but obviously the tail is still going, you know. I think that's the thing as well with the tail. I have no control over that tail. However long that, you know, I just can't, because the volume pedal is at the start of these effects. But I do have control over, obviously the volume pedal is off. I have control of what goes in, you know. If that's making any sense at all, I have no idea, but it's basically it's really It's really fun putting a volume pedal in different stages. It's fun putting any pedal in any stage, but specifically volume pedals because they have such a dramatic effect, I think. The ambience of your studio is warm. Thanks, Many Vibes. Hello, by the way. I don't know if I said hi. Okay, I'm gonna do the river. That's the name of the song, by the way. So I usually like to, when I'm recording, I like to just kind of go over the riff a little bit, because it's so important to get into the vibe, get into the feeling of the song. Before I start singing, before I start anything. She's a drunk, a middle-aged mom. She had children when she was too young. Now it's something you might be surprised. 3 different kids from 3 different guys. She spends her time drinking away, drinking special brew every day. How did she end up this way? People walking past would say. Down by the river, you may find nothing but tit and tat. Here at the river, we all are just a bunch of He's a loner, he's an old man, an old boater that used to have plans. Now all he has is a very long beard, keeping him awake all these tears. He has one friend in all the world, his old dog with a long grey coat. He never sees the light of day, just waiting for time to pass away. Down by the river, you may find nothing but tit and tat. Here at the river, we all
a dad, he's a nice guy. A young father that doesn't know why. He can't see his poor little son, 'cause all these things this kid's mother has done. He has no money, no job. He'd do anything to earn a few bob. You look at him and you feel like wrath, and all he feels for his son is love. Down by the river, you may find nothing but tit and tat. Here at the river, we all are just a bunch of river rats.
Oh, got into that one. Nice. That was the river. Let me just stop recording. Okay. I'll turn this mic back on. Okay, yeah, clipped a little bit on that one, but I think it was worth it, you know, to because of the vibe. I quite like that one. You see, there was a few sort of moments that were like, yeah, getting a little bit too loud. Those, you know, not too bad. This particular point here, but yeah. Alrighty. Let me make myself a little bit smaller just so you can see more of like what I'm doing. Okay. So let me go to the comments a little bit and see what we got here, because I can actually access the comments here. Let me work it out. View doc chat. See if this works. Boom. Yes, I can see it. Look at that. I can see all your chats and stuff. Many vibes. I encourage stupid questions. That's go for it. Do it. Do it. Okay. Absolutely. Just going back to see if I missed any questions. I think I got everything. Oh, I think I missed Jasper's question here. I can even put it on the screen. C-Add 9 tuning currently? No, I'm not doing the C-Add 9 tuning. Although I have used it in the past. It's a lovely tuning. No, I'm sticking with DADGAD on this one. All right, let's have a look. Many Vibes says, I can put it on the screen maybe. Why is it recording on 4 tracks when it's just got 1 guitar? Good question. It's not a stupid question at all. It is, if you can see there, the mic track. So I have a few mics. Let me just mute this here. So that's probably sounds a bit better. What you're hearing now is a little mic I have here. It's just because maybe you missed the start, Many Vibes, and I didn't miss the explanation. I should call this chat mic. I can call it lapel mic actually, lav. It's like a lapel mic. It's actually a wireless mic that I have attached, literally attached. My hair is covering it, but so this is because I thought about doing this. I'm moving around. This is why I want the freedom to be able to just move around my room here and do whatever I do normally, but also explain it at the same time, you know, and give it a bit of an insight to what I'm doing. So you can see the levels here go up and down, right, on the lav mic. So that's that one that you can hear, right? So that's not, I'm recording this, but I mute it. I basically phone directly on the interface when I'm recording. And it doesn't even matter anyway, because I can just take it out later, you know. This one here, the highlighted here, that's a mic track. So that's the microphone, which I'm using a ribbon microphone. It's the Extinct Audio Bourbon. So that's that one. So that's just going straight into this track. This one here is the pickup. So it's just the preamp, the EQs. It's 2 pickups that I've combined into one. My bridge pickup and my magnetic pickup. I mean, it's quite a complicated setup for what it needs to be. You know, I'd say a lot of people probably fine with just the one pickup. You know, but of course, you know me, I like to overcomplicate things. I have 2 pickups that I blend. So yeah, so that's this one here, and then the last one is just the effects. So that's what I was talking about with like the volume pedal. So my volume pedal, so I have another is basically creating another signal which is only affected by the volume pedal, and then it's going through a number of effects and then through a separate channel, you know. So the pickup and the effects are going into my line inputs. You know, these are not microphone inputs. And then this one here, the microphone, which is the ribbon microphone that is I just sing into, and then the lav mic is just the mic that I use here that I'm just talking to you now on. I hope that explains things a little bit there. So that's why I have 4 different channels. Cynthia, how's it going, Cynthia? Welcome to the live stream. Can you or have you discussed that console back in the wooden case? The console in the wooden case. I'm not sure. I know what you're talking about. There's no, there's no console. I do have like maybe it's this. I don't know if I can show you from this position. See if anybody's replied to that. Let me just answer this. It's not a console. I think I know the thing that you're talking about. See if I can show you on this. So here, this thing, you mean this thing here? It's basically a rack unit. So I made it myself. It's just a piece of wood, just a box, and then I put in these rack unit mounts, and they just, so these rack units can just fit into this. So it's various things. It's like acoustic preamp, it's microphone preamps, it's effects, it's EQs, it's various things like that. So it's not a console. I think it's that what you meant. Hopefully it is. Glass in front. Glass in front? I'm not sure. Hopefully it's that what you meant. Yeah. Let me know if it's not. No problem. No problem at all. George says, I have 3 tracks. One for the mic, one for the pickup, and the other one for the effects. I see 3 tracks. Exactly, yeah. There's the 3. And then I have that extra one for the lav, you know, which you can see now. It's, by the way, it says offline because I'm clicking on some other stuff to see your comments, but as soon as I click into the door, it will come back on, as you can see. So don't be confused by that. George says, so you use reverb on the mic if I get it. Yeah, normally I would do. It's because this is a completely new setup. I'm trying this on the live stream. Normally I would basically add reverb to the vocals, you know. I would add effects, probably whilst I'm recording as well, to be honest, because you know, it just kind of enhances the performance, you know. That's why I like to have effects through the pickups, because it gets you into the feeling of the song and into the I don't know any other way to say it but vibe, without sounding all hippy dippy, but you know what I mean. It kind of, yeah, gets those emotions flowing, man, you know. The reverb plugin, it's called a Tall Reverb. I use. Who's it by? Oh no, not Tall. Sorry, Towel Reverb 4. It's called. I don't know if I can make it. The problem is I can't make it small enough to actually show you, because I'm not. You can't see, but you can see it there. Towel Reverb 4 plugin. And to be honest, it doesn't. I could just use any reverb, you know. It's just the one that I happen to. Yeah, I like that, you know, because it's just about having the control, you know. If it gives you enough control, specifically over the frequency of the reverb itself, so you can mold the reverb, and I like that. So that's the one I choose. Alrighty, let's do another song. And what we're going to do, I'm going to record. This is probably going to be my last one, because I didn't realize how long it would take me. But this is just an experiment, and you know, thanks for joining for the journey, because this is the first time I've done this elaborate live stream setup, you know. With all of them, I get a little bit better each time. And then I change it up completely. I just completely switch things. And then I have to get used to the new setup as well. Here we go. So I'm going to start the record. turned on the other mic now, and I'm going to come over. Oh, I should switch, not do what I did last time. I should switch the camera now. So you can now hear the difference in quality between the lav mic and this mic here. And yeah, it's so far I haven't had any technical issues, which I'm amazed by, because I shouldn't speak so soon, should I, really? So thanks for just coming along with me, doing this experiment with me. Check out my YouTube videos if you haven't checked them out yet. I have lots on there. I have like 200 videos, including all the live streams and the shorts and everything, like over 200. And it's all to do with helping, well, all to do with being a guitarist, singer and songwriter, and all the things within that you normally deal with, specifically being a solo guitarist, singer, songwriter. And I like to experiment different things and just document my journey, and through that I hope to help other people, you know. That's my whole quest. And that's kind of part of these live streams, is just I want to make them a little bit more experimental. And if you haven't joined the Song Club, you really should, because it's a wonderful group of other musicians and songwriters and guitarists, and it's there you can share your music and ask questions, and everyone's just really nice and lovely. And I'm also thinking of maybe doing some live sessions just directly to the Song Club as well. I think this will be interesting. Maybe via Zoom or something like that. Any members of the Song Club, let me know what you think about that. Because yeah, that could be quite interesting. Maybe we do it on so maybe I can see some of you guys can actually talk to me as well, you know. Anyway, this is a song just seeing the comments. Welcome. It's funny when people come in just as I'm ending. Sorry. This is the last song, because it's getting a bit late and I need to get to bed fairly soon. But yeah, the links in the description down below for the Song Club. This is Nobody's Fault But Mine. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming along and joining in the live stream. So, and now's the time, if you've got any last minute questions, then ask away, and I'll answer them at the end of the song, before the live stream is over. Here we go.
Nobody's fault but mine. If I don't read, my soul be lost. And I have a Bible in my home. And I have a Bible in my home. If I don't read, my soul be lost. Mother, she taught me how to read. Mother, she taught me how to read. If I don't read, my soul be lost. Nobody's fault but mine. Mother, she taught me how to read. Mother, she taught me how to read. If I don't read, my soul be lost. Father, he taught me how to read. Father, he taught me how to read. If I don't read, my soul be lost. Sister, she taught me how to read. Sister, she taught me how to read. If I don't read, my soul be lost. Nobody's fault but mine.
That was Nobody's Fault But Mine. thank you so much, everyone, for joining this live stream. It's as always, it's a pleasure to talk with all of you, and to sort of experience this live, you know, rather than just doing it through YouTube and then seeing the comments after. Let me just see if there's any more comments that I missed. I want to make sure that I've answered everyone's questions. And I wish the mic stand wasn't blocking the view of his right hand. Yeah, I think, you know, I think because it's the first setup of this or the first live stream of this particular test, I think I'll probably, you know, keep the boom. I got rid of the boom. I just had it as a simple thing, but I think next time I'll have it on a boom arm so I can kind of, yeah, get the mic stand out of my right hand. Yeah, didn't think about that. I was concentrating on not blocking my face, but you know, it's something that you don't think about when you're just recording and without a camera. You know, you're not conscious of what's blocking you or not. No problem for joining in late. I'm just about to end, but of course you can watch this on the replay, you know, watch it from the start. It's all a bit of an experiment, this one. The mic is an Extinct Audio Bourbon. It's a ribbon microphone, handmade in the UK. It's a lovely, lovely microphone. I did a video on it a while back. And yeah, just answer the last questions. New setup is very cool. Thanks so much. Many vibes. Appreciate that. Yeah, I think it would take me a while to get used to it, but I much prefer this sort of being able to move around, being able to set up, you know, in the live stream and kind of talk. I was a little bit nervous, I got to say, because I wasn't sure how it was going to go with all like the, you know, the the technical aspects. You know, I need someone here just like controlling like camera 1, camera 2, you know, all of that. So I'm not in the UK. I'm actually in Germany, but I'm from the UK. I'm from the UK. Thanks so much, Deborah. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Yeah, and just one thing of these live streams. So my plan is to potentially have these recordings, actually release these recordings, you know, because I've been getting a lot of people saying, oh, I wish you would release some of these songs that you do on the live streams, or some of the songs that you do in your YouTube videos. And I want to be releasing more as well. And I think I'll do some new songs as well and potentially release them. It could be a good way of me experimenting, just combining things, you know, experimenting different stuff, trying different microphones, pickups, setups, stuff like this. And whilst live streaming it at the same time, and then as well, actually doing these recordings, you know, and then actually releasing these songs. You know, it was pretty cool, I think. Thanks so much. Appreciate that. Thanks a lot, Cynthia, Deborah. Appreciate that. You were in Germany in 2008. Wow. I was not in Germany in 2008. All right. I think I answered everyone's questions. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's getting late here. It's 11:37 here in Germany. So it's time for my bed. So thank you, everyone. Thanks, everyone, as always, especially if you're part of the Song Club. Links in the description down below if you want to sign up. And I hope you all have a lovely weekend. And I'll actually, what I'll do, because I can't end the stream here, I'm going to go to the other camera and I'll say goodbye whilst I'm on the other camera. And you can also see like how I end things. I'm still recording. There we go. Save it. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Oh, that's the wrong camera. See? I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Bye. Have a good weekend.